Well, hello, boys and girls. Gotta wait for some folks to get in here. Ross, what's up, buddy? How are you? Hopefully you can hear me well and see me well. Is everything good before everybody gets in here? Let me know. Yes, I am, sir. I will be there with bells on. Can't wait. You can hear everything good? Okay, good. Well, it's me and you right now, it looks like. They're getting smaller and smaller. Got to get things going. Going to get some videos going this week. Running like crazy. Matter of fact, I just got back. I left about 11 o'clock and just got back 10 minutes ago. Got this all set up. We got a couple people in now. Guys, just hang in there. We're going to give it a few minutes, get some people to join in. So just tight, guys. We're going to start in a couple minutes. All right, we got 5 in. Couple more and we'll get moving here. Koffee and Kalashnikovs for October 31st, 2023. Happy Halloween. You know what? It seems like nobody does trick-or-treat with the kids on Halloween anymore. So hopefully we'll get some good people in here tonight. But welcome to Koffee and Kalashnikovs October 31st edition. Not going to go long tonight. Just wanted to give you some good news and talk about a few things. Number one, need to talk about this ammo crunch that's coming on, and we got a video coming out on it. Probably one of my best performing videos was how to beat the ammo crunch the last time this rolled around, and hopefully I gave you some good pointers. I ran around today to a bunch of different gun shops, ammo stores, this, that, to kind of get a feel for things, because I was like, what's with everybody talking about this ammo crisis? Last time I was at the store, it was literally loaded with ammo. I mean, crazy, right? And deer season's almost here, all that good stuff, but wasn't seeing too much. Well, today was another story, so we're going to get into that, and I'll tell you what I found and a couple little tips too. Also got trail cams. Had one of mine go nutso, and we're going to show you a little bit of that, the cams we recommend. And some other good news, we were invited to the 2A EDU shoot for the 3rd year in a row. Every year's been great, and every year's gotten better. I remember the first year I showed up and didn't know anybody, and everybody made me feel at home. So I come back the next year, and 2A EDU says, hey, I got a surprise for you. And he told me who was coming, and I kept it a secret. And if you go back and check the video we did last year on the 2A EDU shoot, we had Chris from Marksman TV, and we've got a lot of video of us shooting a World War II BAR full auto, 30-06. What a rifle. And a German Schmeiser MP 40. It was a ton of fun. So you can go check out that video and see it. I'm going to make a short of those videos. I haven't done any shorts yet on the channel, so I think those would be good. It's you don't see too many real 1944 BARs being just pounded on full auto. But you guys know that there's 2 rates of fire on that weapon. You can shoot fast or you can shoot slow. So in my book, the, I don't know, John Wayne movie, whatever, what was that movie? Bring Up the Bar! And they bring it up, and I just like I like it chopping away on that slow pace, But Chris let it rip a few times on the fast mode. It's cool. And the MP, the German MP, that thing, always cool. I shot one of those a ton growing up, and just a lot of fun. So I suspect this year will be the same. Anyhow, the highlight of this year is 2A EDU has a PSA AK And last year they ran 1,000 rounds through it, see how it would hold up. No cleaning, no nothing. And they ran 1,000 rounds through it. And afterwards, we did a quick little live stream, just showing the wear on the bolt and stuff. And there really was none. A little dirty, cleaner actually than I expected. And then this year, I'm like, hey, the shoot's got to be coming up. What's going on? I just hadn't had the time to get in his channel. Hell, I don't have time to do these half the time lately. But I thought, you know what? He invites me all the time. He's so nice. He was talking about this 1,000 round thing, and he was scraping up ammo. So I threw in the chat that, hey, I will donate the 1,000 rounds to the channel. And then all of a sudden he starts talking, and somebody had already donated 1,000 rounds. So no big deal. He called me afterwards, and he's like, thought we had invited you, and maybe I missed the email. I just got done going through my emails for 3 different emails, going through and deleting a month's worth, thousands of emails. That's how busy I've been. Could have been in there. I don't know. Anyway, today I went digging and into the ammo stashes, and I got a case of ammo that we're going to be bringing. It's Wolf. Sorry, guys, I'm not bringing the Golden Tiger. No, that stays. But we got a case of 1,000 rounds of Wolf, and we're going to put 2,000 rounds through that PSA. So he's already got 1,000 from last year, plus about another 1,000 he shot between now and then at a bunch of different get-togethers, including the Iraq Veterans Shoot. And we're going to start out Saturday with the 1,000 rounds that this other gentleman donated, and then 1,000 rounds that I'm donating. And we're going to let her rip. The big thing is going to be loading mags. For YouTube, the safe way to go is 20-round mags. So he was worried he didn't have any mags, or not any, but not enough. And when I was talking to him, I'm like, well, hell, I'll bring how many mags you need. I got AK mags like most people have, whatever, I don't know, Glock mags or something. Anyways, he says, well, I bet you don't have 20 rounders. I said, well, I got some tanker mags, a few here and there, and I got 20 rounders for my Sam 5, but none other than onesie twosies for 7.62. So he was waiting on a load of mag pulls to come in, and I guess they were delayed. Well, they came through, so we got the mags. We've got some mag loaders. I looked for mine to bring another one. Everything's in storage, guys. I couldn't find it. You have no idea what I had to go through to just get this case of ammo. It took a couple hours. I was sweated through and through, but I got it and brought a couple toys too that we're going to bring with. And of course they're AKs, but we'll leave it. I got kind of one of the newest and one of the oldest in my collection, and actually ran across a couple. I was going through cases, looking, what's in here? What did I put in there? Because everything's chaos right now. Open the safe, and I'm looking, and I got something cool. I've got one I've brought there before, but my first AK and one of my latest favorites. So we're going to put a few rounds through those. 2,000 rounds through this PSA of his on top of the other 2,000. So we'll be at 4,000 rounds through that PSA when we're done. And hey, we're getting close to Rob's ski tear. I should have grabbed another case, but I still think of ammo as $169 a case. No big deal. I'll donate 1,000 rounds. Then I'm driving home. I'm like, hold on a sec. Is that right? I'm looking at prices. I'm like, that's a $500 case of ammo. No, I'm not saying it. Please don't take it like that. I'm giving it out of the kindness of my heart. I'm glad to shoot it. I've got more than I could ever shoot. So it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to see what happens. He asked me on the phone, he said, do you think she'll make it? And I went through this whole dissertation with him, and he said, no, I just kind of meant, do you think it'll make it? I'm like, oh, yeah, I think it'll make it. No problem. I'm so impressed with that PSA. That's the only one I've seen firsthand and shot. And he remembered that last year I said, wow, I can't believe the finish on this rifle. It's really pretty. And, myself and 2A EDU, we're import fans. That's what we're into. And, while I probably have more AK videos, he's got so much stuff. He blows my collection away, I'm sure. He's got more kits than I have rifles, I think, but he's got some really neat stuff. And he's got a couple, we've got a few of the same kits that are pretty rare. He hasn't built the one, my Romanian paratrooper RPK. That was in the safe, and I almost said, yeah, I'll bring it. What the heck? Because a lot of people don't get to shoot RPKs. It's like something down the road if they're collecting AKs. And I remember being there. And RPKs there were a lot of them around back in the day, I shouldn't say true RPKs, but like the Wasser long barrel, because they put one out that was supposed to look like an RPK, but it was a thin barrel. And then Norinco had one, the NH or whatever it was, and different ones. But then the Romanian came in that I have. I have one, the Century one. What is it? The something 10. I'm having a brain fart. Got that with the fixed stock, gorgeous rifle, and then I've got that paratrooper version that Two Rivers Arms put together. And man, what a nice gun! I should have grabbed it. There's still time. If I get up there, maybe I will. If you guys want to see it at the shoot, or if you're going, or if you want to see it on a video. So anyhow, we're approaching Rob Ski territory on this PSA, and you guys will get to see it live. And we're going to do 1,000 rounds in an hour. The second 1,000, we'll see. I don't know how everyone's thumbs will feel after loading all that up. If you guys have never participated in something like that, you think, well, how bad is it? Let me tell you something. 1,000 rounds, quick, and loading the mags and doing all that. If you're the only shooter, it's like, oh my God, when is this going to be over? You're just because you're just burning rounds, But it's more fun if you do it over a longer period of time and you're target shooting or running drills or whatever. But sometimes to get there, you just got to burn some rounds. And he's doing the 1,000 in an hour to, just showcase what you can do under real pressure. I mean, you're dealing with heat. Look at Iraq Veteran when he does his burn downs, they're just pounding through it. And they use a heat gun and all. And I said, did you use a heat gun last time? He said, no. But everything looked good in there. I mean, really, really good. So my bet is it's going to hold up. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to hold up just fine? Maybe we can just go 2,000 straight through. I said, it's up to you. It's your gun. He says, I'm thinking, doesn't want to ruin his gun, but he said, nah, let's go. Let's burn it down. If it burns down, it burns down. So we'll see. It should be a lot of fun and interesting. And everybody there is going to get to shoot a mag or two, at least I would think, maybe more. But yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. And hopefully I'm not rushed this year. Last year I was running late, and thank God, they didn't really wait for me, but they waited to bring out those other toys, I think, and got to have some dinner with them afterwards and do that quick live stream. And this time I'm going to be staying pretty close to there night before, I think, or maybe the night after. I don't know. So it's not so tough on me, because driving all that way, coming from Wisconsin, through Illinois, through Indiana, through Michigan, it's a drive. It's further than the last 2 years, because now I am officially in Wisconsin. So it'll be a lot easier on me. I'll be a little fresher. I'll get that fun, spend more time with everybody there. It's such a great time. Pillbox Bunker's place is super cool. And everyone's going to be there that's been there. I can't wait to see Jane. Jane's always fun. I hope Chris from Marksman TV shows up again if he can, and all the other guys. You all know who you are. I don't know if everybody wants to be out there publicly, so I won't say nothing. You'll all see it in the video. Don't worry. Maybe we'll do a quick well, we can't show guns, but we could do a quick live stream, show who's there or something, guns in it. But who knows what'll be. But man, the food was good last year. I was thinking, I think it was the beans were just delicious. Chili was good. Oh man, there was so much. I just kept eating cornbread. It was delicious. I can't wait. So you got that to look forward to. That's going to be this Saturday. Yeah, I got to run the gauntlet through some not so friendly states, but we have our ways. We will manage. So yeah, we'll have a couple, the old and the new AK, and yeah, can't wait. It's going to be good for me to get out. I haven't shot since early summer. Literally, this is the longest time period I've went. I mean, guys, it's nothing 10,000 rounds a year for me to shoot. I just haven't shot. There has been zero time. I think I'll probably get a black and blue shoulder, like some little wuss bag. I don't know. We'll see. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, I can't wait. It's just fun. Forget about the shooting. It's fun to hang out with the guys and gals and talk, and a lot to talk about, right? Things going on, scary things. Look at Israel. Scary what's going on in our border. Wide open, and who knows who's in and what's going on. Worries me. How about you guys? Got to be prepared, that's all. And you know what? We're prepared at all times. You never know what's going to happen. Natural event, a tornado, an earthquake, whatever, let alone, there's acts of God, acts of war, all kinds of things, and you never know. But we've been lucky. We've been very lucky, and hopefully it continues. But yeah, just stay safe out there. Keep your eyes peeled, because I'm sure those folks laying in bed that morning weren't expecting what happened. So could be a little spookier than Halloween. Hopefully you're having a good Halloween. Let's real quick talk about trail cameras. So with the homestead and everything, yeah, like I told you guys, I never went into that thinking there was going to be a bunch of deer and I'd be deer hunting and all. Did my deer hunting up north here and there. I think my wife said not a lot of hunting the last 30 years, just not a lot of time for it. My son always wanted to go, but schedules conflicting and things like that. But growing up and all through college, that's all I lived for, was hunting and fishing and tons of bow hunting. So when I saw some deer on this property, I put these cameras out, random place where I saw a trail, and my eyes are pretty trained to terrain. And you ever driving down the road in a car and someone in the car picks out a deer on the side of the road or back in a field, says, "Oh, look, a deer," and everyone, "Oh, where?" They're just better at it because they hunt, and the more you hunt, the more you pick up these things. You see a bit of movement and you pick it up, whatever. So I had just seen a few trails. I didn't know the property at all, and I put a camera out, and lo and behold, just bucks galore, and nice bucks. Not ginormous, no 200-inch class, but there's some 150s, 160s, maybe bigger out there. And all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I can hunt in my backyard. And there were some stands left on the property from a previous owner, or maybe a neighbor that had been hunting out there. And opening day came, and I was going to go get my bow out of storage, and there was no way I could get it. It was so packed in there. So I had to go buy a new bow and stuff. But these cameras, didn't know anything about trail cams before this, but what else? Go to YouTube, right? Start watching some videos and some comparisons. And after checking them all out and reading stats on them and all, this is what I chose. And they're Spy Point cameras. If you can see there, Spy Point. And this antenna, these are cellular. So it used to be that every time you wanted to see what kind of pictures and what kind of deer you had on your property, you you had to go out to your property, farm, whatever, open it up and pull a SIM card out of there. Download it, maybe take the SIM card home, download it in the computer. Now they make little screens you can download them on, or adapters you can put in your phone or bring a computer or laptop with. But with this antenna now, they are cellular. Couple great things. And guys, since these are out and they're not that expensive, if you're thinking about trail cams, don't even bother with anything except a cellular camera, because in my opinion, most likely you're going to be putting them on private land. Maybe you put them on public land. And if that's the case, you worry about them being stolen, right? Because they're not expensive, but they're not necessarily cheap. But if you're going to put them on public land, you can put a lock through them, a cable lock, and it goes through here. Your strap would go through here, holds it to the tree. Then you can put a cable around it, and even put a cable through here so they can't open it up and steal your SIM card or your battery. But most likely it's going to be on, I won't say most likely on private land. Public too. If you're hunting public, there's tons of deer on public property, guys. The only thing you have to do is go a little further than the next guy. Been in sales all my life. I tell my salesmen, all you got to do is be that much better than the last guy. Just that extra and you're there. Go a little deeper, a little further back than the average guy. How many times you went out to public woods and you can see on opening day of deer season, and within 100 yards of the road, you see orange everywhere. And guys, the old joke with the back-to-back on a tree, and they don't know till after sun comes up that there's a guy right behind them. If you go drive that logging road till it ends and then get out and walk a mile, obviously scout before, but get back further. Do you know how few hunters get back that far? And where do you think the deer are? Everybody's out the night before. They're pushing them. The deer disappear the night before. The only deer you're going to see on public land are deer that are being pushed, unless you are back further. Anyways, I put this camera out. I did the research. It's by Spy Point, and it's their Flex G36, which is the latest. There's a regular Flex, and then there's the G36, this one. And what it is a little better megapixels. It shoots high definition pictures. It also shoots high definition video, and you get sound with that video. It's incredible. I can hear the crickets. I can hear twigs snapping under their feet. It's just absolutely amazing what I can hear with this thing. And see, they're motion activated. This is your motion camera, everything. Infrared, so at night they shoot just as well as daytime, maybe better. It's incredible. I can hear them chewing, and it's effective. The motion sensor will work all the way out to 100 yards. Infrared, so it shoots great. And the nice thing is, you don't need a cellular plan. You're not buying like a cell phone plan or something. This new one comes with 2 SIM cards in it, both AT&T and Verizon, and you don't have to have a plan or sign up or anything. It automatically picks the SIM card that is the strongest in that area. So whether it's AT&T, whatever you're closest to, it picks it and takes it. This is also the only camera system that gives you a free plan with it. So you don't have to pay a dime. For free, you get 100 pictures a month on it. You can download those pictures in high definition. Now, the difference between the regular pictures and the high def, yes, there's a difference. It's not that huge. So literally for free, you can use these. No cost for the cell, no cost for nothing. You can upgrade that plan to 250 pictures a month, 1,000 pictures a month, or unlimited. And unlimited is $15 a month if you pay monthly, $12 a month if you pay yearly. So I do the unlimited because I was getting so much action, and you can set it so if they're feeding in front of the camera for 20 minutes, it's not continually shooting and sending you pictures. You can have it after one activation delay 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, so you're not getting inundated. You can have it send your pictures and videos immediately, and I've had it as fast as like 20 seconds, and boom, the video's there. So it can almost be used as sort of guard your property, you know. But normally I set it where it sends them once every 2 hours. I'll get an update. There's an app on your phone. They come right to your phone. You see what's happening. In the short 2-3 months I've had these, I have 3 buck fights on video. 2 little guys and 2 big boys going at it. Amazing stuff. I've got scrapes. I've got huge bucks walking through. I've got them walking up to the camera. I've got a raccoon paw. You see the paw come in with these nasty little nails. It'd be a good Halloween picture. I've got coyotes. I've got turkeys galore. Those things love to sit in front of the camera. It's like a turkey bedding area. They're all laying down, 30 of them. Then they get up and stretch about 3 o'clock. But I've got everything on these: does, fawns, bucks. Name the animal, I've got it. And they're teeny tiny. It's super light. This will fold. You can put it anywhere you want it for direction, and you can check the status. I put lithium batteries in it. It takes 8 AA's, and you can run alkaline, but I put the lithium in it. And the one that's been running over, that's why if you do it once a day, the batteries, after almost 3 months, 2 months and 3 weeks, they're at 90%. It's unbelievable. And then the reason I have this one out of the field is it fried out. So I'm recommending these cameras, but yeah, this one did something weird. I'm not quite sure yet if it did, but I had the alkalines in it. This was the first one I bought. It was out over 3 months. The last time it checked in, it showed 90% battery, but then all of a sudden it wasn't reporting on the 20th of this month. It wasn't calling in anymore. And then I got a notification, something about the SIM card went bad. And I thought, well, maybe it leaked or something. But no, there's a rubber seal. Everything's good there. And then it went dead. So I went out to check it, and I couldn't even turn it on. Batteries were dead. So then I looked in the log, and it said something about GPS could not be shut down. Because it tells you, you can go on your phone, it tells you to the foot where this camera's at. It tells you the weather there, the moon phase. I mean, it's like cheating, you know, it's incredible. But I was going to get new batteries today, and lithiums aren't cheap. It costs like 30 some bucks, I think, or 28 bucks to 30 some. I think I paid over 35 bucks for 8 AA lithium batteries, energizers. Well, if they last 3 months, 90%, that's great. But I think these fried out because something in the network fried out, but not the camera. So I went to buy lithiums today, and while I was checking on ammo prices, and they were out of AA lithiums. So what did I do? Hold on, let me show you something real quick. One sec, guys. So this is the battery pack that goes in them. You put your 8 lithiums in here, and you open the bottom, and it slides right in and clicks in like so. And that's it. Your SIM card's in there. You close it up, you're good to go. So these are 30 some bucks. They have 30% off today on all SPY Point stuff. And I got their rechargeable lithium pack for $38. So it's charging right now. There was also that problem with the SIM card, and it was a different brand. So if, in fact, something's wrong with this camera, I don't want SPY Point to say, well, you're using this wrong, or your batteries are dead, or your card's wrong. So I bought the SPY Point card. It takes a micro SD, and this is 32. I had 32 in it. It took 3 months worth of videos. I mean, thousands of videos and pictures, and it filled up maybe 2 gigabytes. I still have like 30 gigabytes left. So this could hold a year's worth of videos. I mean, once you buy them, they're cheap. And by the way, I bought this 2-pack of cameras. I got 2 of them for Fleet Farm, Wisconsin. Gotta love Fleet Farm. They were the same money on Amazon as well. Now the store sold out of these Flex series. There's some other ones, but they're not as good. This is their latest and greatest. Comes with the strap to tie it to the tree. You can also put it on a tripod, all that good stuff. And they do make this in a Flex, which has a mini solar panel up here. So you never need to replace batteries. You'd never have to go out and check it. It goes right to your phone through the cellular. You don't have to replace batteries. Unless your card filled up, you don't have to go out there. And you can put up to a 500 gigabyte card in this thing. So what's the nice thing about that? It doesn't interrupt your deer. Human intrusion in your hunting area is the worst thing you can do. It pushes bucks off your property. It pushes deer off your property. It makes them wary, harder to hunt. They can become completely nocturnal, and you wonder why you don't get deer. Stay out of your deer hunting woods. Do not go out to check stuff. Don't go bring more mineral out there or dump some more corn. Leave them alone. Your deer, when you drive through your property, should pay no attention to you whatsoever. Just sit there in the field, keep on eating. I try to stay out as little as possible. If the wind is blowing the wrong direction, I look at my weather the night before. Nope, not going hunting. I go out there only when I know the wind is blowing off property and away from where they are. And I also make sure that a buck I'm in a stand where a buck can't smell me if he runs like down his bedding area downwind, because then he'll smell me too. So there's very few times I go out there, because you start making these deer wary, and it's hard. It should be, I forget the guy's name that talks about it all the time, but a sanctuary where they don't have to worry. Like they live in a state park that doesn't allow hunting. That's how it should be. Guys go out there goofing around too much and messing with the deer, and then wonder why they don't see anything or see any big buck. Most people don't have big properties, maybe a couple acres, 5 acres, 20 acres, and they push them all to their neighbor, and they wonder why the neighbors get all the deer and they don't get any. Stay out of your deer woods. Spring, maybe go out and look for some sheds or check your cameras to make sure they're okay, and then get the hell out. Stay out all summer. Get your stands up early spring, and then done. That's why I haven't been out shooting out there until deer season's over. I don't want to mess with them. It's too good. This property is virgin, and I want the deer to stay like that. So these are part of it. It's amazing. Right to your cell phone, right to your computer. Fabulous, unbelievably clear pictures and videos with every sound. You should hear the buck fights. I'm going to put them, I think I'll put some up on some shorts on YouTube, and you guys will check it out. I'm going to put a bunch of the deer pictures up. I'm still working on getting that one. I put another stand up the other day. Here I'm talking about staying out of the deer woods, and I got a new stand. I had a couple of stands other guys had put up in okay places, but I needed another one because of wind, because obviously these guys that were hunting it years before or whatever didn't have a clue as to what they were doing. But I needed a stand that when we're getting a north wind, which is the majority of the time, wind out of the north or out of the northwest, I needed a stand on. I had nothing. So I got a 2-person wider stand because I'm a wider guy. Those little stands, I'm not 21 anymore. I get up in that thing 20 feet in the air and the tree's blowing. No bar, no harness. I used to hunt, climb up in a tree with no stand, get a good position on a branch or something, and hang out there and shoot deer. Now I get up there, I'm like, holy cow, that's a long way down. Then I fell asleep twice in my stand last week. I don't want to wake up on the wrong side, so I got a harness. The older you get, I don't know that I guess you just get smarter. Fear is a good thing sometimes. But yeah, we got a harness now and a two wide safety bar that I can flip up for shooting and all that. Was out the other day. 2 minutes after that, I could see a doe comes walking in right under my stand, about 10 yards broadside. She came in a little nervous, looking around, kind of mellowed out. And then she looked over toward me, and I'm being super still. I had no camo on. I had this on, but I had a solid green coat over it and jeans and tan boots, and I'm up in a tree. And I'm the sun was right in my face. So I don't know, maybe she saw some reflection or something, but she's looking, smelling, and then boop, looks right up at me. I mean, right up at me from 7 yards away and just staring. And if you know anything about how deer see, she's kind of moving her head up and down. You'll see them do that. They move it to get another perspective. They don't see color. They see outline. And so even like a checkered flannel shirt can work as great camo, but I had nothing. I was a solid figure outlined against the sky, tree behind me, but I had my bow in front of me trying to break it up a little bit. And I'm motionless, and I'm not looking at her. I can see she's I'm looking like this. So it's like you guys looking at me. I can see her, but I'm not looking right at her. And I'm not moving a muscle, nothing. And it's a stare down for 10 minutes. Probably 5, but it felt like that. And they moved to change perspective to see if all of a sudden that outline makes sense to them amongst this jumble of colors. And she's trying as hard as she could to make me out, quite couldn't, and went back to eating. I'm like, oh, thank God. But I still got it. She's checking me every now and then. Now she moseys off and she goes down this other trail. I let her go. I could have taken her when she turned to walk away, but I'm not taking any does right now. Then another one comes in from the same area. But before this one gets in, it's hanging in this brush. And I can't get a shot. I can see the body, good-sized body. I can't see the head. I don't know if it's a buck or a doe. And she's back there, and she's looking in my direction. She steps out. Now I can see the whole body. It's a doe. I'm like, but I don't want her to wind me or alert everything around because it's early yet. It's sun had just come up. And she's looking, same thing, checking me out. She knows something ain't quite right, but she can't figure it out. Well, she comes into the clearing for a little bit, gets a little comfortable. She turns. I could have taken her too, but this was a little bigger one. And then she turns off. She's really checking me out now, and she's just not comfortable. She starts heading back the way she came. She gets out to a little trail that we had mowed earlier in the year. And she's probably 40, 50 yards off with a lot of brush and trees in between us. And I figure I'm okay. I'm not jumping up and down in my tree, but I'm moving my head and I rest my bow over. Now she's even a little away. And I don't know if she saw me or winded me somehow. She wasn't where I been, so it couldn't have been since I left. The wind had shifted a little bit. It was coming out of the south, blowing northeast. And she was southeast of me. But it started shifting ever so slightly east. And I thought maybe she got a whiff of me. I kind of doubt it. But I think she saw me, saw the movement. She had known something was there before, and she snorted up a storm. Just ran up into this heavy brush. Snorted some more, and I figured, well, that's it for the hunt. She alerted everything around me. And coming in, I actually came in from a direction that was down along my property line in the neighbor's driveway, so I wouldn't get winded. And don't you know, just as I'm about to hit the trail to my stand, I walk right up on a deer. And it's so dark I can't tell if it was a buck or a doe, but it was a big deer. And I didn't really scare it because I was making a little bit of noise, enough that it knew something was coming, but it didn't snort or anything. It just kind of quickly walked off. And I had my bow up like this too, so I could look kind of like a deer maybe as I was coming toward it. But I alerted it, but it didn't know if I was human or deer or what, I don't think. But about 10 o'clock, I climbed out after that deer snorted. I thought, that's it. And real quick, then we'll get on to the ammo shortage. I went through all the video and pictures on this camera last night, and I laid it all out on a piece of paper. I should have punched it on a spreadsheet, but old school, pen on a piece of paper, and I wrote down every, plus you can actually click buck and it'll show you every picture with a buck. It automatically detects bucks versus does. It's wrong once in a rare while, but so I got all the buck pictures, and for the entire month of October, I wrote down the time they passed the stand, time of day, if it was one of my 4 big shooter bucks, and which direction they were traveling. Now, based on AM, PM, I know 90% which way they're going to be traveling because I know where their bedding areas are. I know where their feeding areas are. But I laid it all out, and I kind of did time slots. So basically from 5 a.m. to about 7:30 a.m. was one slot. Then everything from 7:30 to about 4:30 p.m. was the middle section, and then the evening I had from like 4:30 or 5 to about 6:30, and then I had an overnight one that was like midnight, 2 a.m. that kind of thing. Of all the deer pictures, and there were a lot of them. So here, got it right here. Hold on. Let me read it to you. Hold on. I'll tell you the right numbers here. There we go. So I'm using my wife's notebook for work, right? But if you can see, it's a mess. But right there, there's 3 pictures were taken between midnight and 3:30 a.m. This was roughly, it's amazing how these deer are timed. The one deer 4 nights within on 4 different occasions. A bunch of them in the morning. That's time slot of basically 5:30 to 6:30, and then here's what passed during the day, from 6:30 till basically 5:30 at night. Only 3 times did something pass the camera, and then this was evenings. Here. Now, there were a lot of does and stuff in there in between, but this is just bucks. And every one of these and every one of these are one of the big shooter bucks. Here, these were all little or does. So what I figured from this is I can basically hunt. Let's see. They all passed in the morning. Between the earliest was 5:16 a.m. and the latest was 6:58. If I take out the earliest and the latest, they all passed within 20 minutes of each other. I could basically hunt 20 minutes, half hour in the morning, and in the evening, they all passed, if I take out the earliest and the latest, 6 o'clock roughly to 6:45. Okay? They all pass within an hour of each other, let's say. So I could hunt roughly an hour and a half a day, half an hour in the morning, hour at night, assuming getting there a little early, half hour, whatever, and staying a little afterwards. But all those large bucks pass that stand 20 minutes in the morning, hour in the evening. It really narrows down your hunting, right? During the day, worthless. Don't even bother going out, at least on this stand. I'm not telling you to not hunt during the day, but only 3 passed it. They were all small, and 9:45, 9:25, 8:09. Those were the only daytime pictures other than morning and evening. And overnight, bucks, 3:31, 2:58, 3:18 a.m. So 21 minutes in the morning difference and hour at night. Night much better. Now, a lot of those, especially now, earlier in the month it was fine, but it's getting dark so early now. After 6, you're pretty much done. You can't see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities at night. In the morning, let's see, sun up. I'd have 1, maybe 2 opportunities. The rest are just before sunup. Might have enough light, depends on the weather, cloud cover, that kind of thing. So a few opportunities, but I know when to be there, and it's all because of this. Pretty cool. Now, that's going to change drastically this week and next week because the rut's pretty much on. We had a huge cold snap. We had snow today. We had about 3 inches on the grass. The roads were getting pretty bad, some accidents and all. But that cold snap triggers these deer. My cameras are going to go nuts tonight. I should have been out there hunting tonight is what I should have been doing. Tonight, I guarantee you, would have been great. The one morning I went out, I missed the biggest buck on the property by 20 minutes. And I was there. I was sitting in my truck waiting because it was my first time out. I was kind of debating how I was going to go into my stand. And I sat and thought too long. Had I gotten out half hour before that, I would have had that big one come right under me. He came right by, stood there, broadside, and I could have nailed the buck of a lifetime had I gotten out of my truck half an hour sooner. That's how it goes. It's just new property, first time out, and I wanted just a hair of light to be able to see. And what I didn't realize is there was a moon, and once my eyes settled in, I was fine out there. I would have been fine. I knew I should have got out there. I didn't. My fault. And I missed the buck of a lifetime. That would have been an easy chip shot. Boom, done. I could have been out 10 minutes and had my deer and been done. Then we could have got on the shooting videos, right? Anyhow, guys, for like 80 bucks a piece or whatever these run, plus your batteries and your card, 10 bucks for the card that I bought today. And they had 30% off everything. And it looks like that's what's on their website too. So the battery pack, this is a battery pack. It looks just like the other one, but it's self-contained, comes with charger. You charge it on a USB. Normally 50 bucks. It was on sale for 39. And the card, which is better than the aftermarket one I bought, and with the adapter was $9.95. So you'll have $100 in a camera, basically, maybe 110. And it's cool just to see what's on your property. I never would have guessed there was this many bucks and this size of bucks. So it's awesome. My wife's not liking it too much because it's cost us a bunch of money to get another bow rather than because I couldn't get mine out of storage. But hey, gun season's coming too. I think I'm going to change up strategies and hunt a big open field for gun season with a scoped rifle. Haven't done that in a lot of years because far up north where I hunted, everything's 30 yards, hunt with a lever action. But I think I'm going to either hunt with a Remington 700 BDL 30-06. I was thinking maybe a Ruger 243 in a Mannlicher stock. I don't know. We'll see. I was also thinking about hunting with our Aero Precision AR-10 in 308. You guys have seen that rifle. It's our OD Green AR-10. It's got a cheapy Vortex scope, as cheap as you can get. It's like a 2x6, I think, or yeah, something like that. Spitfire, whatever the heck it is. Cheapy scope, but it'd be great. Out to 200 is just fine. I was also thinking maybe we hunt with the Yugo NPAP, my famous NPAP you guys see in a million videos. That's the one that's always in my truck. I lost count. It's got well over 10,000 rounds to it. Well over. Go count my videos, and there's probably more than 10,000 of my videos on that rifle. Or we could hunt with the new Z-Pap that I have, or one that I'm bringing to the 2A EDU shoot. I'll just say it's an arsenal, and we're going to bring that. Of course, those guns come with those 5-round mags, or I think they're 5-rounders. Or are they 10? I think they're 5 rounds. Not sure. But I'm sure I could find a 5-round mag somewhere. And hunt with the AK with I'd like to hunt with the NPAP with our 3-power, what is that, Primary Arms Prism scope with the reticle, the ACSS reticle. Love that thing. It'd be perfect out there. Got that nice field out back with my grassy knoll, I call it, a little grassy hill in the corner. Want to get a deer blind, one of those, I call them homo huts. But want to get one of those deer blinds up on a stand overlooking the whole field. It'll be kind of nice. But they haven't cut the corn back there yet, so I'm waiting to see what they do with that. That'll probably be where we hunt for gun season. And I was thinking about passing on gun season because I like bow season so much. Rifle hunting is so easy. I mean, if you see a deer, it's done, you know. If I have my buck by then, I'll pass on rifle season. I don't want to take two deer off the property. Really not one of the big shooters. I just want one of those. There is one deer that I think has a little genetic screw up to it, that if I get to see this deer close up in person, and it is in fact a genetic screw up that I think it is, I may take him, but I don't know. We'll see. Play it by ear. But yeah, having a ton of fun with these. So yeah, you can get a cable, lock it to a tree. They make boxes. You can use on public land, whatever. But even if you're not a hunter and you want to see if anybody's trespassing on your property, that's why I got it originally. Actually, wanted to see what was going on next door to me, and yeah, never thought I'd see all these deer. Never in a million years. But one of the coolest things I've got. Maybe you got a range on your property and you want to make sure nobody's going out there. Whatever. Put one out by your driveway. Maybe you got a long drive and driveway alarm doesn't work that distance. Well, this isn't instant, but pretty close, and it'll call your phone. Pretty neat. Get yourself one. Spy Point Flex G36, and they're awesome. A little hard to find right now, but and I think they're out online. You might have to go on Amazon, but I think their website is out of them. By all means, use lithium batteries and a good name brand card, and you're good to go. And you don't even have to do a plan. So I'm not sponsored by them. They don't give me anything. I did my research. I like the camera. I'll let you guys know if this one is in fact screwed up or it was just batteries. Maybe lithium get to a point and just fall off a cliff. But the last time it checked in, it was showing 90. Then after it screwed up, it showed 52. And then when I went to get the camera, it was dead. So I don't know. But anyhow, enough of the Spy Point camera stuff. Shoot some more videos, and I'll bring you guys some. Let's check the comments here and see who's talking about what. And hopefully you guys are talking about the 2A EDU shoot. Ross in here first. Man, oh man. We love Ross around here, guys. Just a good man. Good man. So he's doing well. Orion Fixer's in here. Good to have you in here. Long time fan, been here since the beginning. We appreciate all you guys. Dale Concha. Hey there, Chris. Fellow felons. Glad to see everyone. Fellow felons. I'm a felon? Am I? I guess it depends on what laws end up passing, right? I don't know. Then I could be, I guess, like some people. But right now, we're all good. No felonies that I know of. Oops, what did I do? I enlarged everything here. Woo. Rossdale. What a sound, too. What sound? Chase Kelly, another long time viewer, been in here forever. He's a good fan and always here for us. Was another one behind enemy lines, so to speak, behind the Illinois line, the Cheddar Curtain. Orion says, hey, Ross, hey, buddy, what's going on? Joe Morgan. Joe is in here. Joe, go check out Joe's channel, guys. It's awesome. He's got some awesome thoughts, things that make you, laugh, maybe get angry once in a while. I don't know. Anything that makes you feel is good, right? Who is dinging me? My phone is, let's see. Maybe it's somebody from the channel. Let's see. Oh, no, it's my better half, Mrs. Rock. Thought it was going to be short. Is this less than 3 hours? Yes, it's going to be less than 3 hours, honey. We're going to keep it under 2, actually. Maybe hour and a half. We're already 56 minutes in. Can you guys imagine? Wow. I can talk, can I? Oh, well, what are you going to do? Anyways, check out Joe's channel. It's an awesome channel. Sorry he's late, got no notification. That's because I sent it out 10 minutes before, not even. And if it did go out, you guys probably got it about 8:15. Or maybe if I do them almost instant like that, it doesn't even send one. I don't know. Who knows what the tube does, right? Squeaky Cooler's in the house. There's another person been in here forever. We got a good, solid core of people. We just need more. You guys got to be inviting people in. Hello, all. I'm out at the moment, but we'll be checking in shortly. And here they are. Minute later. Hope y'all are doing well and property coming along well for you and your family. No, it's not. I'm actually pretty upset, actually, right now. Well, maybe if you want, I'll touch on that. But who else? So Chase, Dale. Well, CCCP Michigan is now going after Max. You know what? Michigan is a fabulous, fabulous state. It's gorgeous from top to bottom, bottom to top. The UP, fabulous state. I love it there. What, honey? Yes, it'll be short. Anyhow, gorgeous state. I went to school there. I lived there after school. My daughter went to college there. I got friends in every town you could think of all over. I go to the 2A EDU shoot every year, and I look forward to it because I just love getting back in there. Family on my mother's side, born and raised in the UP. Spent a lot of summers up there, and we lived within 45 minutes, half hour of the border there in Wisconsin. So I get up there all the time. Loved skiing there, hunting there, fishing there, everything. And this governor has destroyed everything. Not to mention, if you're talking about the outdoors, well, the Michigan DNR, they screw up the deer thing. They let you take too many deer. A lot of guys think, oh, well, that's a good thing. I get more deer. No, it's not. It ruins the herd. You end up with a lot of little bucks or not enough deer, too many does. They just don't manage it. Same with Illinois. Illinois grows some of the biggest bucks in the world. They are bar none. Illinois. If you had to pick one state to get big bucks, it's Illinois. Mostly northwestern Illinois. Where I moved from, I had monster bucks in our backyard. 5 acres. I could show you the sheds. And pictures from the neighbors. Unbelievable. Some 170, 180, 190. A huge monster. I saw one non-typical one day. Never seen anything like it. I thought it had a bush on its head. I mean, a bush. It was nuts. It had to be 100 points. I mean, I don't even know. That's crazy. You want to hunt big bucks, it's Illinois. That's the only thing Illinois is good for, but it's certainly not due to the DNR there, because just screwed up. And I don't believe in crossbow season. I know some of you guys will give me some grief, but crossbows were always for physically handicapped, elderly, that kind of thing. I've got nothing against shooting them, but guys, it's too easy. You might as well gun hunt. And, you know, you got everybody and their brother out using them now. I'm sorry, I'm against it. Compound is easy enough, you know, but at least there's got to be some skill involved. You want to shoot a crossbow, gun hunt. I don't know. Some people say, oh, they're just jealous because they don't have a crossbow or something like that. No, I can go out and buy a crossbow. It's not a big deal. I don't see that. You want a bow hunt? Bow hunt, not crossbow. I don't know. And they've made too many seasons, taken too many deer, too many permits. All the diseases that have come in. Yeah, I don't know. The DNRs could do so much better in Illinois and Michigan, let alone the government in Michigan. You watch them elect her again. Unbelievable. And of course, all the laws they're trying to put through. It's terrible that they destroy such a good state. Yeah. Well, Wisconsin is not far behind. You know, all it takes is one bad election and we're screwed too. But anything's better than where I came from, and I'm happy to be in Wisconsin. Anyhow, let's see. Hattori Hanzo made a trip to Serbia and got to the Zastava plant. They wouldn't let him in, but he got there. That's pretty cool. I was hoping he got some cool stuff while he was there, you know, a few things he could send back, maybe. I don't know. But how many people can say they've been over right at the Zastava plant? I believe maybe he had somebody he knew there or something. FedEx was 2.5 hours late with my ammo delivery. I have 2 of those cameras. They have been great so far. Yeah. I heard early ones that the door leaked and caused some problems with the chip, and that's what I was worried about on this. But there's a rubber seal, and it click in, but it's could be a little loose. If the cable through, if the cable's pulling, it can kind of, but it was, nothing got in there. They also talked about bugs getting into the antenna here because it comes unscrewed, but they solved that with a simple little rubber seal. It's like cup seal, and that was causing some issues. So they're on top of any issues. It hasn't leaked water, haven't got any bugs. Again, it might just be the batteries, but I don't know. I think it was something in the programming that kept it running and just burnt the batteries up quick. If that's the case, they owe me like $30 because that's bullshit. That when you're running these expensive batteries, that's why that this one I bought, the rechargeable one, for $38. That's one set of batteries, and you recharge it. So that was a good deal today. We're going to get into the ammo I saw there real quick too, guys. Let's just go through this. Glad you got those cameras, Russ. There's a bunch of different spy points. They're all different. There's a cheaper one that's 20 megapixel camera. I don't know how well they work, and I don't know if it's dual SIM like this is. I get 100% signal on cell. Battery stay up at 100. I mean, it's just been great. My friends have had seasons for deer, but great seasons for wolves up here in Idaho. It's a big problem up in northern Wisconsin, where we have a home and family home. And 33 years ago, when they were introducing them, one pack, radio collar, this and that. Well, now, guess what? Everyone said back then they're going to get out of control, blah, blah, blah. They're out of control now. and they're doing damage to the deer herd. They're doing damage to livestock. They're doing damage to pets. And wait till they get people. And these things are not small. I saw one cross the road. I had never, outside of a zoo, seen a wolf close up. Oh, man. My Mastiff wasn't scary. Not compared. These things are... You will not mistake one for a coyote. Let's just put it that way. They're monsters. Every week your audio lags, and there's always okay on replay. Sounds very choppy in the video. Choppy right now. Huh. Well, I'll put the mic a little closer. How's that? We've got Skynet or Starlink internet, the best there is. It's lightning. I've got a top-notch mic and a top-notch computer. It should not be lagging. Does anybody else get that? I'd like to know. But Joe Mercado says it's choppy. I left, restarted, the phone came back in audio. Okay. The Bar, Dale says. Yeah, bring up The Bar. What John Wayne movie was that? Was that Sands of Iwo Jima, maybe? Supposedly, Michigan DNR made changes because the hunting license sales have dropped drastically. I think it's partially bullshit. Michigan receives more hunting pressure than just about any other state. There are more hunters. I mean, you go out opening day or gun season, it's insane. Insane. I got a lot of deer there in college, bow hunting, but never got one rifle season. Something from work. Anyhow, so that's checking in. If you guys got any questions, comments, AKs, what do you guys think about this 2,000 rounds we're going to put through this PSA AK on Saturday? It's already got 2,000 through it. We did, 2AEDU. I guess I was there. Put 1,000 rounds in an hour through it last year at his shoot. And over the year, he's put another 1,000 through, and we are going to, someone donated 1,000 rounds, and then I donated another 1,000 rounds. So we got 2,000 rounds to put through it. The first one's going to be in an hour. I don't know about the second one. We may be tired out by then, but by the end of the day, Saturday, we're going to have 4,000 rounds through that rifle. I said it's almost close to a 2A, not 2AEDU, AK Operators Union video, Rob Ski, right? 5,000 round test. We're going to have 4. I should have brought another case, and I could have, but it's just getting expensive. And I have a certain number of rounds I keep in reserve, and I have that, and I don't want to go below it. And I can't afford to buy more right now. So we're bringing 1,000. Hey, a pretty good deal, right? Donate 1,000 rounds. Why not? To a good cause and a good guy that does a lot of work and has a great channel. Make sure you go over there and check him out. Ross thinks it'll handle it. The handguard is going to be hot, though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe licenses are down in Michigan because there's just too many hunters. People are sick of it. I don't know. Who knows? But there's certainly a lot. Wisconsin used to be like that. The old saying used to be, for years, and this is going back way before hunting was what it is today, but it was on the news one year that opening morning in Wisconsin, whitetail deer season, there are more small arms, meaning rifles, and more rounds of ammunition in the state than there ever were at one time, one day in Vietnam. Think about that one. More rounds fired. Bullets whizzing past. At least we got woods, right? It sounds like World War III at my house on opening day. You know what was weird? Not last year, the year before. I did a video on it. I was hunting with my 45 long Colt, Henry, lever action, at our property in northern Wisconsin and way up north. And I was in my blind before daylight. Around daylight, I heard 1 or 2 shots and nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I mean, on an average day in the summer, there's people shooting all around on their property. I hear it, but It was crazy. There was no, God damn it, stop it. There was no gunfire. I was shocked. I didn't see anything that year, but oh well. Yeah, I kind of miss those days. You at least know there's some action and some deer moving, or they're pushing deer, especially if you're hunting tight quarters like we are up there. A lot of neighbors and little patches of 5-10 acres everywhere, with a big swamp in between us. They all go in the swamp, hang out on an island in the middle, and wait for the season to be over. Anyways, yeah, the PSAK shoot 'em up at the 28EDU shoot this Saturday. Should be fun. If you guys support his channel in any way, whether that's being a channel member on YouTube or supporting it on one of his other platforms, I think Rumble and another one, or a Patreon, you can go to it. It's tons of fun, super nice people, great food. Wait till you taste the food his girlfriend cooks. Yeah, you didn't know that? He's got a girlfriend. Yep. She shows up, and I don't know if anybody knows. It's interesting. You'll see. I'll get on video this year. But, yeah, it should be fun. And, of course, his daughter's there. She's cute. But we have a great time. All the guys and gals that come are so much fun, and there's so much experience there, both in the firearm community and out. Lots of interesting people. And yeah, Susan Wiki. Well, there's Susan Wiki, but then there's another one too. You guys will see. 5.56, $7.99 for 1,250 rounds at local store. Yeah, I've been seeing the Winchester green tip for, I think that's 420 rounds in those cans. The ammo cans, 420 rounds of green tip was like 450. So let's talk about the ammo shortage. So everybody's talking about it, the plant shutting down, and now no exports, and we're shipping everything over to Europe, and now the thing in Israel, and our military's low on ammo. They need to restock, and everything that went on over there, people buying it up. Word that ammo companies are intentionally hoarding, not releasing ammo to drive prices up. Have you heard that? Mr. Guns and Gadgets had a viewer who was an insider, an employee at a large ammo company. I believe, and I don't quote me on this, but I think it was Hornady. Came to him anonymously, but he researched it and the person proved to him that they were indeed an employee. And he stated to him that they are intentionally hoarding ammo, that there are actual semi-trailer loads full of ammo, as well as other warehouses, and they are shutting down lines right now where they could be making more, and the employees are like, why are we shutting these lines down? And they're not shipping it out to the distributors or to the stores, that they are trying to drive prices up. Well, through COVID and all, they had caught up. At least by me, they had caught up. There was anything you wanted. The shelves were full. Retail stores with 1,000-round cases stocked, and the shelves full of everything. It even caught up on hunting rounds and other obscure stuff. The NATO stuff came back first, the 9 and 223, 5.56. There was tons of that. And then everything else filled in. There was everything. And the shelves were filled beyond belief. You could get anything you wanted. A little pricey at first, and then the prices started to drop. Today, I saw 9mm for $14.95 a box at a retail store. That's pretty good pricing. Quality ammo, too. So I was seeing all this ammo everywhere. At every big box store I went to, every gun shop, online, plenty of ammo. Reloading took a little longer, right? Primers were hard to get for the longest time, but I managed to get them. And then most recently, 2-3 weeks ago, I was at the big box store I was at today, and they had primers coming out your ears, as many as you wanted, especially small rifle, small pistol. They had some large pistol, but zero, and I mean zero, large rifle primers. I still can't find large rifle primers to save my life. I'm actually out, and I haven't seen any. But I've managed to square away 6,000 or 7,000 small rifle primers and 3,000 or 4,000 small pistol primers, and some maybe 1,000 rounds large pistol primers. Should I buy more? Absolutely. What's been harder is powder. Now, it wasn't like there was none. I could get, I use a lot of tack, and that I could find no problem. Once in a while sold out, but I come back next week and they got it. BLC2, tight group for pistols. Those I could pretty much get, but other stuff, red dot, impossible to get. I managed to get some. They had some powder 2-3 weeks ago, 10 different varieties, and today it was onesie twosies, and primers were low. Bullets were low. 223 bullets, just the component. 55 grain full metal jacket. There might have been a little bit on the shelf, some soft points, nothing. There were weird stuff, 50 grain, 40 grain, no 75 grains, no 63, 67 grains. 9mm was a little scarce. Even some of the 30 caliber stuff was getting scarce. Brass has not come back for reloading. There's obscure calibers here and there. 454 Casull, some 30-06 I did see. I haven't seen any 556 brass, no 9mm brass, nothing. And today, like I said, less powder, less primers. The shelves were still stocked full of ammo. There was no problem there. Prices were still good. Plenty of 9 tons of 5.56 223. Some of the hunting calibers were getting, they were still on the shelf, but lower than usual. You know, your 30-06, your 30-30, which had finally come back. 30-30 was one of those rounds that was super hard to get. If you saw a box of 30-30, you grabbed it. And you know, I remember the days, or when I think, oh, I got to get a box of 30-30, I think $7.99. I think I paid over $30 for a box of it. And me and a friend were at the same big box store, and all of a sudden 30-30, 2 different brands. We bought every box they had. He took like 5, I bought 2. 30-30 was still a little scarce. I managed to get some brass for that, some bullets, so we're okay there. I'm okay, but I really would like to have more powder. I got some, but nowhere near enough. I'd like, 4 or 5 8-pounders in the rifle calibers I shoot, or the powders I use for them. But bullets, today, there was plenty. I mean, shotgun, rifle, pistol, hunting rounds, NATO rounds. There was everything to be had. I did not see a shortage there, but I did notice that reloading stuff was starting to go. So maybe you guys are jumping on that. It still has not come back. That tells me something. These companies that are making rounds for the military are making large rifle caliber rounds. Because if I can, and I can even get the 5.56 military primers. CCI calls them number 41s, I think. Tons of those. I buy them by the 1,000, by the 5,000 round case. No problem. But when it comes to large rifle primers, nothing. So that tells me that they're keeping all that to make stuff for the military. What are they making? I don't know, 308 and bigger, I guess. I don't know. But it's kind of strange where you got everything else but no large rifle primers. What do you guys think on that? What do you think they're using it for? Or what rounds are they making with it? Got to be 308, right? NATO 762, right? By 51 is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Hey guys, make sure you hit the like button here. If you're not subscribed and you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And make sure you hit the bell down there so you get notifications when we're going to have a live stream or a new video. Our live streams are Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, Koffee and Kalashnikovs. We come in here, we have a good time. We talk about whatever, firearm community, hunting. We talk about a little bit about everything. Got a homestead project going on. Nice thing with the homestead project, they monetize my videos. How do you like that? That's a newbie because they don't monetize many of our other stuff. That being said, there's a super chat button down there, right where you add to the chat and type in your comment. You can click on that $sign and throw a little money toward the channel. Whatever you like, 1 cent to $1 million, it'll all go. A lot of guys do 556, 762. They get creative with it. We use it all. It goes back toward the channel, and it goes to help fund videos, ammunition for the videos, gas to get to the 2AEDU shoot. We're driving, I don't know, 400, 500 miles to get there, and hotels and all that stuff. So it all comes back to you in cool videos. So if you can see your way to a super chat or a super thanks, we would certainly appreciate it. It's the only way our videos are monetized, and the only way this channel gets any money to keep bringing you cool stuff. I don't harp on it. I say it once during the video, and I'm done. And if you can't afford it, I get it, guys. Things are nuts out there price-wise. So if you can't afford it, we understand. Enjoy, hang out, and when you can, you can. When you can't, you can't. We've all been there. Don't worry about it. Let's see. So 556, 799 for 1250. For 12, that's what kind of 556, Joe? Are you coming this year, Dale? Oh yeah, Ross, bring in the new Stoeger STR9. I've seen those. Actually, I saw one today, and it'd be interesting. The Ruger Security 380, cool. I think Yellow Dog was asking about one, so I said I'd bring mine. 2AEDU has a Stoeger too. I think that he's going to be doing a video on. This whole export ban has loads worked up, but I doubt this will actually affect any of us. I don't know what to think about this. Let's talk about this export ban for a minute. So out of the blue, it comes down that there's a 90-day halt on all exports of any firearm made in America and any ammunition, along with some other stuff, typical stuff, optics, stuff like that. I'm assuming, well, I don't think they can sell night vision outside other than the militaries. But everything's cut off civilian-wise. I'm not sure on the military side. There's some countries that can still get it, but there's a whole list that can't. It's the first time this has ever been done, guys, in the history of the country, which makes it weird, or at least different a little bit, right? Because it's never been done. So you ask yourself why. And, you know, there's a lot of good, normal reasons why. Well, look at what's going on around the world. And you ship these weapons out of the country, and whose hands do they end up in? There could be some intelligence there that says, well, these arms that are going out of the country are ending up in the wrong hands and could be used against our allies, etc. Or maybe against us. Who knows? I don't know. But a 90-day ban, there was some talk about the cartel and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. You know, there's some other countries in there that you would think, well, why would we do that? I wonder, and it's just me because, like my wife will tell you, I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? But you end up not being a conspiracy theorist when 3-6 months, a year later, all of a sudden what you were talking about happens, huh? I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I start thinking, well, there's this UN small arms treaty that we hadn't signed up for. They've tried for years. I thought I heard something that maybe we did sign up for it finally, but essentially it's saying that these countries will get rid of small arms in the hands of civilians for better peace around the world and in different areas of conflict and all this. And I thought, well, maybe that's an executive way of stopping the flow of arms to civilians in these other UN countries. Maybe it's part of all that, right? They've managed to disarm most of the world, right? We're about the last. And all of them will comment on YouTube, on other places of, please, America, don't do what we did. You're the last hope, that kind of thing. Think about it, guys. Where else is there to run? Something happens here, where do you go? Nowhere to run. This is the last bastion of freedom in the world. And even that's highly debatable. I would assert that we live in soft communism right now. I truly believe that. And then you look at other stuff out there, everything from elections to our courts to our politicians and the special treatment some get versus others, and the criminality of some of it, and the way different crimes these politicians have committed and got caught in. It is, in so many ways, like a banana republic. It's ridiculous. It truly, truly is. You've got the front runner of the GOP party right now under a gag order, being kept in court during a political race. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. Not that, the other part, he was stuck in his basement last time, right? Huh. How do you do that? I don't know. Anyhow, enough of that. I'm not going to get political on that, but just thoughts, right? Anytime there is a ban, whether it's an outright ban, civilian, an export ban, an import ban, why? Serbia did the same thing, right? There's an export ban. They put an export ban on any arms leaving their country. Why is that? And we haven't heard anything if it's been lifted, right? It was short term too. Very similar. I don't know. Look what happened over there. This latest conflict. The bagel. How did someone put it last week? The bagels and the. Oh God, I can't remember how they put it. It was hilarious. Bagels and something. Bagels versus the something. I can't remember what it was. Hilarious. Look at that. Yet we have millions and millions over just the last year, military age males crossing our borders unimpeded, and then our government giving them rides, spreading them out wherever they need to go throughout the country. Big cities, little towns, everywhere. Saw it in a little town near me where I spend a lot of time. Walking around with nowhere to go, military age, in shape, makes you wonder, just makes you wonder. All there needs to be is a call go out, and you're in the same position. And then you put together the rest of the world that's on fire, and some people say moving toward a world war. And you think if a couple of them got together and literally started a normal war, a large army against a large army, our army's protecting against invasion on that, yet There's all these little conflicts happening internally against our citizens. How would we fight that? How weak would that make us if we have to respond? Maybe they don't respond. Maybe as civilians, you have to respond to these attacks happening all over the country while your armed forces are trying to keep other world powers and some maybe you could say superpowers at bay. Would weaken us significantly, wouldn't it? Let alone taking into account some of our military age folks these days that are, I'll use the word soft to say the least, but worries me a lot. People talk about truck guns, right? What do you got for a truck gun? A lot of people have ARs. Maybe they'll keep a pistol caliber carbine, something like that. But I say in today's day, age, things going on, you are a fool if you're not carrying something more than a pistol and in a backpack wherever you go today. You're a fool. Because if this were to happen, they get guns all over the world and people get guns here, no problem. Why couldn't some of these illegals coming over get guns just as easily? And what if the call went out and you woke up to something like they did over there, and you either have nothing, you're surprised, or you got your typical Glock 19 to defend yourself against battle rifles. I don't know. Truck gun is a good idea, in my opinion. Always be ready. You never know. That's my worst fear, that something like that happened, and for whatever reason, I am unprepared to at least give some kind of fight, put up some fight. My worst fear is being caught in a moment where I'm defenseless and helpless, because that feeling of not being able to defend my family, my wife, myself, it would be the worst feeling in the world for a man. I think so, especially a patriotic all-American man, and that's how I see myself. I couldn't live with myself if something like that happened, to be at the mercy of lunatics. I don't know. What do you guys say? I think that'd be one of the worst feelings in the world. Just I couldn't stand it. I don't know what society or everyday life would feel like without the ability to be able to defend myself and my family. It's almost sickening, like gut-wrenching, like everything in my soul twisting. I don't know what it would be like to put my head on the pillow and fall asleep at night without the ability nearby for me to defend myself instantly. I couldn't. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know what that feels like. I've never been without it my entire life, even as a kid. My dad, my parents, we had everything we needed to defend ourselves. He was a police officer. I don't know what that feels like. I can't imagine what everyday people that don't own a firearm anywhere in the world, let alone here, what that feels like to go to bed at night knowing that instantly a door can be kicked in, and before you even get your legs out of bed, they're standing over your bed with life or death staring you in the face. I don't know what that feels like. I can't imagine that they're comfortable with that. Well, we have alarms, we have a dog, I got good locks. Watch a real-time video of a home invasion and see how fast it happens, and then tell me that you feel safe. Well, we'll call the police. We'll hear the glass breaking. You are fooling yourselves. Absolutely fooling yourselves. I tell my daughters this all the time. My wife understood. My wife understands. I think mostly. But I tell my daughters this all the time because they've they were lucky enough to grow up in a rural setting where violence, they didn't see it. Violence was something you see on TV. It didn't, maybe they saw a fist fight at school or something. And even then, it's usually between friends, even if it's between enemies, it's a fist fight, a high school fist fight, right? It's the most they would have seen. I don't think they truly understand or feel how truly violent something like that is. And what it's like when someone has no feeling and no care for you, your life, or anything for that matter, and how ridiculously, insanely violent something like that can be. It's not your brother messing with you and punching you or throwing you to the ground. And the violence, just watch some of it, guys. Watch these crimes. There's cameras everywhere, and you can see it on video everywhere. They don't understand the level of animosity and violence that these people put onto a perfectly innocent person. And if they do, they don't believe it can happen to them. But yet it does all the time, like in Maine, we just saw. And again, they're pushing another assault weapon ban. And you know what? They missed by only 3 votes last time. And now they got the guy in Maine to flip. We're 2 votes away. 2 votes away from an unconstitutional assault weapon ban nationwide. The only answer to that is mass noncompliance. An absolute no. Sorry, not happening. That's what it is. And you need to make your voices heard. You need to get out there, call your congressman, call. Send emails, fine. Call. Better yet, make an appointment to see him. Let them know that you are against it 100%. There's no compromise. There's no nothing. Not one more inch. Nothing. Nothing. We don't give anything. And you have to make it known. If you vote in any way, shape, or form for anything that goes against the Second Amendment, I don't care how marginal, how little, anything, I am voting you out. That's what you tell them. No compromise. I am voting you out. So is my family, all my friends, everyone I talk to. We're voting you out. There is no compromise. Don't think about it. Colin Noir had a good video he put out talking about the shooting in Maine. And that little dweeb that from the Parkland shooting, that's suddenly become a 2A advocate, or not advocate, but an anti-gun advocate, puts his 2 cents in, and he says, well, Maine had the chance to pass red flag laws and all this stuff, and they said, no, we don't have those problems in Maine. And now look what happened. They passed a yellow flag law. So they compromised in Maine, right? Instead of a red flag law, which takes your rights and your guns away without any due process whatsoever, Maine compromised in good faith. They said, you know what? We're going to do a yellow flag law. What's a yellow flag law? What's the difference? The difference is that there's some due process. Just like a red flag law, take your guns away. They can take your rights away, all that. However, there has to be a medical doctor who gets to examine you and give his ruling, or not ruling, but his diagnosis as to if you are a danger to yourself or others. And there's also a judge that makes that decision, and you get notified before it happens and are part of it. That's the difference. If you're found to be mentally a danger, they will take your guns away, and that's fine. It's a compromise. Do I like it? No, I'm not saying it's right, but hey, they compromise. That's a pretty darn good thing. And in this case, Everything that happened should have worked. The failure happened with the government. Now, they haven't figured out what branch yet, but the Army had him committed. They actually had personnel take him to a hospital because he had threatened his fellow platoon, the fellow soldiers in his platoon, and he threatened them in the base, and they knew about it, and they literally took him to a hospital where he was put in the hospital. He was actually put in there, and they knew the reasons and all. The call went out to New York State Police, other agencies in New York and in Maine. And by all their laws and rules based on all this, it should have been reported to our NIC system, which should have prevented him from getting a weapon. And the yellow flag laws in Maine should have taken his weapons away. None of it happened because none of it was reported. So here we compromised. We gave them the opportunity to, take someone's rights away that wouldn't have happened without this yellow flag law. We gave them all the tools they needed to stop this guy before it happened, well before it happened, on several occasions. And multiple agencies, multi-state, multi-county, town, Army, everything. They all dropped the ball. Now, I did hear that he had recently purchased his AR. Well, I said earlier I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? Let me ask you this. You're 20 years in the military. Reserve, right? Firearm instructor. 20 years. Firearm instructor. You don't own an AR? He had these feelings, heard these voices, decided he's going to go do these atrocious things, and he had to go out and buy an AR. Wow. I'm a firearms instructor. I've been in the military 20 years. I should really get me an AR one of these days. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Guys, I don't care whose book it is. If you're 20 years and you're a firearms instructor, you've had an AR, probably several, multiple, maybe 10, maybe 20, a huge gun collection, whatever. You've had it for years. Nobody doing that job in that position with that many years didn't own an AR. It makes no sense. Those are those things I say, things that make you go, I don't know. Maybe he would have just went and bought a new AR and to add to his collection. Nah, come on. Does any of that make sense? Any of it? Then initial reports that hit the news, they took them down, by the way. A couple channels actually got screenshots of him, but they said he was found with multiple gunshot wounds. How does that happen when you commit suicide? I don't know. Weird stuff. Reported on several different agencies or news agencies, several different news distribution centers. It went out in plural, multiple gunshot wounds. And then it was all pulled. One, they took down the entire story. The other ones, they corrected it, but didn't say they corrected it. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? 20 years, no deployments. That's kind of weird too, isn't it? Through everything that's been going on for the last 20 years. Longest war in history, no deployments. How's that work? My thoughts, quick thoughts, maybe. I think he was SF or agency, one of the two, an operator with some heavy cover, and one of their robots went wacko. I think that's what happened, and they had to take care of it. That's what I think. I don't know. Who knows? Anyhow, yeah, ammo, guys, lots of it. Still in the stores. I don't see it yet. I'm not saying there isn't going to be one. I think there is. I do. Apparently, there's truth behind this ammo company holding up shipments to drive the prices up. I do believe that. There's now there's been multiple other people come out to back up this employee, all that good stuff. So is it coming? Yeah, probably. I don't know. If you're ready, if you've been following my channel and 2AEDU's channel and everybody else's channel, you've been stocking up for a long, long time. That doesn't mean you got to buy 1,000 rounds of this, 1,000 rounds. Buy a box next time you're there. You know, spend $15, buy a box of 9, buy a box of 5.56, buy a box of whatever. Buy some primers, a pound of powder. Put it back. Just put it back. You won't miss it. You won't miss $20, $30, $40. You won't miss it. Prices are good right now. I told you I buy when prices are low, prices are high, prices are medium, prices are ridiculous. I buy and cost average. I was lucky enough to stockpile enough back when it was super cheap that it'll always be cheap. Yeah, let's go back to the chat, and then we're going to call it a night here at about the 2-hour mark. So we got a little bit. If you guys got any questions, throw them in there. Remember, super chats, guys. We love them, and we love you for coming in and hanging with us. Make sure you hit the little like button. Make sure you subscribe so you get notifications when our next live stream is, when our next Koffee and Kalashnikovs is, and watch for our video on the ammo shortage, because I've got some other detailed information on it and what you can expect and ways to get ahead of it. Let's see. The whole export ban has loads worked up. But I doubt this works. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that export ban yet. I don't know. 5.56 Winchester, 55 grain M193 at Copper Custom Military Arms Show. I like M193. That's a military designation for it. You know, you got 8.55, which is green tip, and then you've got M193, which is just full metal jacket. But that's some fast stuff, guys. 193 is cooking. You want to see fireballs? Punch some of that out of a shorty AR pistol, or even 10-inch, 11-inch, 12-inch, whatever. That stuff is trucking. It's fast. I like 193. Don't worry. 8.55 ain't all what it's cracked up to be. Going forward, anything I buy in 5.56 or 2.23 will be more a defensive round. I've got lots of FMJ, but when you think about it, and I just recently changed my opinion on it. I thought, put back as much FMJ, NATO rounds, that kind of thing. But, guys will tell you, SEALs will tell you, it takes 5-6 rounds. They put 5-6 rounds in everybody because that's what it takes. Not so much if you've got defense rounds, something like TAP or stuff like that, soft tip, hollow point, whatever. You need some of that. At least maybe fill up, your chest rig, one in the gun. It's expensive, as much as $1 a round, So maybe you have 5-6 mags loaded up with that, and then it's backed up with the rest. Or, as you can afford it, stockpile it. Now, that's not the stuff you're training with, shooting with, that kind of thing. It's just the oh shit stuff. So make sure you're getting some of that. Let's see. Dale says, I agree. It's all against us. Two-tier justice. Yep. CCP trying to get into Camp Grayling now. What are they doing there? The key takeaway is we are only ones going to take care of ourselves. That's absolutely right. It's absolutely right. I think the younger generations, kids always think that someone's there to protect them, and that's okay. That's what kids should think. That mom and dad is there to take care of them, that the police officer is there to take care of them.
that the Army's there to take care of them. They're little kids. You don't ever want to instill that fear into children. You shouldn't have it. They need to grow up as innocently as they can until they reach an age where you steer them in the right direction. But yeah, think about it. Even in a city, a large city, the average response time across the nation, I think, is 12 minutes. 12 minutes. That's taking into consideration the most rural and the most metropolitan, right? Let's say you're in the city. I grew up in Chicago. I can promise you, if there's a home invasion and I was to call the police 911 when I lived there, I would bet my response time was in that 5-minute range. Do you know how much can happen in 5 minutes? Do you know how much, when you're in a stressful life or death situation like that, 30 seconds is a lifetime. A lifetime. I don't want to use the old adage, I don't want to, cops are there, what is it? God, hear it so much it makes me sick, and I can't remember what it is. But you know what I'm talking about. 5 minutes is ridiculous. It's over with by the time they get there. Now, live rural like I do. If they can find my home, it'd take them 5 minutes to get down the driveway. I mean, I'm kidding. It's nothing like that. But I would bet at my rural home that I just left, I'll bet response time would be lucky to be 15 minutes. I really, really would think that. 5 minutes too long, 2 minutes too long, 3 minutes. You are the only one going to help you is you, and the only one that's going to help.
2 hours short. Just wondering.
It is. Wow, she's mad. Can you imagine that? Anyhow, yeah. Nobody's coming to help, guys. If they are, they're getting there too late. And when it comes to the military, if something broke out internally, they can't be everywhere. And it takes time to mobilize and all this stuff. If there's, you see videos all over, sleeper cells, this, that, the other. If that in fact is true and something happened, look at what just happened. That nobody's coming. You better be able to take care of yourself. At least hold them off, do something for a while, because nobody's there. Whether that's a druggie looking for his next fix, breaking in your house, or anything, nobody's coming. You have to rely on yourself and your family. That's it. And the way things are getting, truck guns seem like the way to go. Look who just popped in. 2AEDU. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Me too. I went and got the package, so to speak. The Eagle has landed, and it will be in flight again, and will land itself in Michigan. So we will see you. We are all set. You got the mags. I got the stuff. We're all set. It's going to be a fun time. And I can't wait either. So it's going to be fun to see. A lot of you guys that are in here are going to be there. And if you're a supporter of 2AEDU, you can come too. So make sure you do if you can, because it's fun. Great people. Great times, great food, and we are going to do some serious cooking with that PSA. Maybe 2AEDU can answer it. I know we're going to do the first 1,000 in under an hour, but I didn't know what to say about the second 1,000. We're going to do that in another hour, or are we just going to put it through it? I told them that, well, it's your rifle, I'm sure you don't want to hurt your little rifle. No, I'm kidding. He said, no, I don't care. Burn it down. I hope it cracks in half. And he doesn't want to see it break or anything like that, but he literally wants to see how it will perform. Will it hold up? He asked my opinion. I said, yeah, I think it's the real deal. We talked about some other things with it that maybe we'll talk about there in a live stream. Some little bit about the manufacturing process on it that's kind of interesting. And he got my mind really thinking about this. So I can't wait to talk a little bit more and actually take a look at it. He's got a good memory. He remembers I said something about the finish on it, about how gorgeous that rifle was, and it really was. The finish on it, it was incredible. So smooth, well done, fit and finish, really nice, almost boutique-y in a way. By that I mean like a boutique rifle, dehorned. Some of the companies use, including Krebs. Almost brought the Krebs rifle out to take, but I brought that. I don't know if I brought that last year or year before. But we've got a couple of surprises we're going to bring. Anyhow, it's a beautiful rifle, and they apparently use this special finish he was telling me about. So I really can't wait to get my hands on it again and talk a little bit more about its manufacturing and how PSA does it. They've got some proprietary things that they do that are very interesting that they haven't let him see when he's been down there, but he's seen the rest of it. So we were just talking about some intricacies, and maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. But whatever they're doing, it sure seems to be working. It's a beautiful rifle. It's held up to 2,000 rounds so far. We're going to do 2,000 more. Another friend of the channel, viewer, donated 1,000 rounds. I'm donating 1,000 rounds, and we're going to launch it all, and I bet it does just fine. I can't wait to see it. He's approaching Rob Ski territory. It's AK Operators Union, the Michigan version. I don't know if you guys knew, but Rob used to be out of Illinois, my former home, and now Rob's down in Missouri. But he was actually in my son's Army unit. They were in the same unit together. And he approached Rob one time. They were training, and he said, "Hey, Rob, my dad's a big fan of your channel, and this and that." It's funny. Anyhow, 2,000 as fast as we can. Let's go all the way. Ow. It's going to hurt. I looked for my loader. I couldn't find it. It's in a box somewhere. I couldn't find it. I moved so much crap. I was there 2 hours. I have another really nice hat it's actually a Chicago Cubs hat, but it was from Memorial Day, the special one, OD green with the C on the flag. Very expensive, rare hat. I soaked it through and through. It's going to have white lines it's terrible. But I did it for you guys. That's all I'll say. But I can't wait. Can't wait. Got a hotel set up, so I'm going to be rested for once. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. It is 2 hours, and I promised I'd be done at 2 hours. I told my wife it'd be short tonight. She was thinking it'd be shorter than this, of course, but hey, you guys know around here we go 3 hours, 4 hours. She tells me, you need to keep it short. Keep them coming back. You give them too much. It's never enough. We give you guys as much as we can. We talked about the cameras, guys. If you're looking for a camera, whether it's hunting, security, whatever, these things are fabulous. Spy Point, and it's the Flex G36, works fabulous. We talked about the ammo shortage. We talked about the 90-day export ban and a few other things, and just what's going on in general. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you found my ammo information useful. There's going to be a video coming out tomorrow about it. So look there for a few tips and things to watch, how to get ahead of the curve a little bit. And if it does get bad, how to, not even early, but how to get ahead of the game a little bit, and some tips on that. So you'll enjoy that. I can't wait for Saturday, and we'll be doing some video. If you guys want to see last year's shoot, which was super cool, because we had Chris from Marksman TV there with the full auto BAR and the MP40, real World War II. and you can see us all shooting them and having a great time. It was so much fun, and I'm sure this year is going to be just as cool. You know, you just won't have the big stars like Chris. You'll have me and 280. He is a big star now. You know, we get 16, he gets 600 in one of these live streams. But hey, what do you want? I'm doing it. I'm doing it for fun. I like it to get big? Sure, I would. But it is what it is. As long as we're having fun, and you guys, my core group of guys that are here all the time, I thank you very much for all of it. Let's see. What's everybody got to say? Ross 77, Dale Cunha, looking forward to seeing you. Yes, sir. They'll be there. Chase, a Such event would be awesome. That would be awesome. Second thousand as fast as we can go. Such is a cool guy and a friend. Is he a friend of yours? That's awesome. Yeah, you told me that. He seems really nice. I like his prepper channel too. He's got I think it's a separate channel that I run across. I like it. I think so. Patreon. Are you coming, Chase? You should. You should be there. Oh, looks like he is. Cool. I saw all of it, just couldn't film all of it. Yeah, I know he did. He did see it all. Maybe, you know, you can get a buddy in there or something, or come along with you next time. I'd love to see that. That'd be super cool. Might be cheaper too if we drove or split it, or who knows. I don't know. Whatever. Also shot my, yeah, he did. A lot of big time people have shot that gun. So yeah, awesome. It's going to be cool. I'm bringing a little old and a little new. I'm going light this year. Nothing, well, I don't know. I always say light, and I bring a trunk load of crap, and all I have to do is lug it out, lug it back, shoot it. We'll see. We're there to burn this thing down. I want to see this PSA rifle go to town. You know, we're big proponents of import first, but man, this thing's really... it's something. The finish is impressive. That was the first thing I mentioned to him, and now it's holding up. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe it breaks. We might get 3 mags to it, and it takes a dump. Who knows? But that's the exciting time. Either way, you'll see it from one of us. There'll be a bunch of us shooting good video. I can't wait for the food, and I can't wait to see his girlfriend. Oh, sorry. I mentioned a girlfriend again. Somehow I think that's out of the bag, though, by something I saw on the live stream the other day. I don't know, maybe not, but I'll just shut up. How's that sound? Anyways, guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for checking it out. Watch for our video, and if you're going to make it Saturday, we'll see you Saturday. And if not, you guys check out the videos. It'll be like you're there. I promise you. It's going to be a ton of fun in the great state of Michigan with great people. The best in Michigan, the ones that actually do something, that get out there and push for your rights. Go over to his channel, check it out. It's an awesome channel. I've been there since the beginning when it was, see, I stayed right here. We had 20 people. I remember it'd be 20 of us in his thing. Last week, there were 6, I think over 600, something like that. Crazy in a live stream. He's blown it up. He's the man. He's awesome at what he does. And Pillbox Bunker and everyone that's going to be there. Thanks to all of you guys for hosting it, for being there, for cooking, for everything. It's going to be fun. It's my highlight of the year. It really is. I love it. And even with as crazy as me moving and building and doing all this has been, I'm going to go because I need it. I need the stress relief. So it's going to be a ton of fun. I will see you there. And you guys take care of yourselves, okay? Make sure you do something to support the Second Amendment. Get a kid involved. Get a young person involved. And get involved locally. Town council, school board, anything. Go to a meeting. Once you're at the meeting, you start talking, you meet people. Next thing you know, who knows? Maybe you're running. But real change happens locally. Locally. They can't stop local. And it ramps up. That's where you got to go. Do something. All right? Thanks again. If you feel like it, like I said, a super chat would be great. And thanks again. As always, Rockford Ordnance out. See y'all Saturday.